Hey there viewers, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Matthew and we are back again for part 4, I believe we're up to, of the playthrough of Police Quest 1. This one's a longer game. We're up to the 4th part. I'm probably going to post these out a little bit faster, so they might be 2 a week just because of the sheer volume of them. But I hope you've been enjoying these so far. Just to pick up where we left off, we've just delivered a no bail warrant to the city jail to keep Martin Hoffman, aka Jason Taselli, in prison. He's the guy we arrested who had possession of a few drugs, I think it was, as well as he's a suspect in the drive-by shooting that was our very first call out when we were patrolling the streets. So for now, because we are now reassigned to narcotics, we're not really a beat cop anymore. Whenever we're not doing anything, we just go back to the police station. So we don't need to drive around and kind of, look for trouble or anything like that. So this helps the game move along a little bit more. Now, if I remember correctly, we'll head back to the police station now. I think straight away we're going to have something to do. So we're just going to park. And I think Laura's waiting for us. There she is. It looks like Laura is waiting for you. You wonder what's up. So I think we're off to a bit of a sting operation, if I recall. But we're about to find out. Sonny, one of my informants just told me there's a drug deal going down soon in Lytton City Park, says Laura, getting into your car. Lieutenant Morgan wants us to stake it out and see what we can do. Cool. So let's drive. So let's save the game here. Again, whenever we're driving. So this will be Matthew going to park. Whenever we drive, we save. So let's just get the old F10 key going here. We'll go flat out. As I said, I don't think it allows you to run the red lights with this particular car. But maybe just for fun, if we find a red light, we'll try it and we'll see if it works. But it's just funny how procedural this game is, and then when it comes to this sort of thing, it doesn't care. Alright, let's just save it again here. No, you may only ignore intersection controls when you're operating a patrol car in Code 3. So nope, you cannot run red lights with this car. Thought that was the case. Oh well. We'll just wait and do the right thing. Luckily, I think there's only this set of lights, and then I don't think there's any more after this. Alright, let's go. The park should be just up here on our left in a second. I have to be a little careful here. Oh, it wasn't too bad. The 45-degree driving is the most difficult because it doesn't really pivot around the center. And you get some rather unpredictable results. Alright, we're at the park. Now, let's just check our inventory really quickly. I believe as long as we've got a radio and we've got a gun, we should be fine. Yep, okay. Get out. Oh, classic. I've done it again. Okay, not get out. Open door. Get out. Do we have to talk to Laura? Laura says, okay, Sonny, I'll move the car out of sight and monitor you for backup. Okay. So the idea is Laura's going to sort of hang back. We're going to just be the man on the street, and we'll see what we can see. So we can see here we've got a park bench, we've got some bushes. Let's just do a look. The beautiful park is caressed by gentle breeze. Bench. The old redwood picnic table covered with bird droppings, ants, peanut butter smudges, assorted initials. So the best thing to do here was to... Oh, there we go. You conceal yourself in the bushes, but with a clear view of the table. So we're going to save it here as well. Because from what I remember, again, there's a couple of ways of doing this. You can come out with your gun drawn and kind of go in Rambo style. Or I think if you key the radio and you get Laura sort of ready for you, it's kind of a more elegant way and a proper procedural way of doing it. So now we're just going to chill here for a bit, and hopefully some dudes just come in and start talking, and we can, I don't know, arrest them or something. So yeah, not a lot to do but wait. If this takes for ages or forever, I will just fast forward through it. Okay, here we go. So you can see this guy has just kind of come wandering on screen. You quietly watch a man enter the picnic area. He cautiously nears the picnic table. So he's definitely waiting for somebody. Who's this dude waiting for? Now, I can't remember the trick to this. We definitely have to use the radio to inform Laura, but I don't remember if you have to do it now or we have to do it after the deal's gone down. I'm going to say after, because at the moment, you know, someone standing in the park is not a crime. Or evidence of anything for that matter. So we're just going to hang here and we're just going to wait and we're going to see who turns up. Alright, so here comes a shady dude. Another figure carefully approaches the picnic table. Could this be his drug contact? Psst, Vic, were you followed? No way, man, it's cool. I got the stuff. Did you bring the cash? Yeah, right here. One suspect hands what appears to be an envelope to the other suspect. The second suspect returning a small plastic bag containing a white substance. Okay, so you've seen a deal go down. I think now we will save, because this could go wrong. Let's call it at deal. Let's use the radio. You quietly radio Laura. I'm moving in. You hook up anybody trying to take foot bail. Load the gun. Call stop police. Halt, you shout. Police officer. Jiggers, the fuzz. Beat it. Whoops. You're not going to get him this time. Failure to follow proper procedure leaves you in an awkward position. Okay. So I did that wrong. So let's use the radio. So we've radioed in. Say halt police. I think if I get out of here quickly enough. Alright, so I think maybe I have to draw the gun. So use radio. And then don't shoot, officer, shouts the young man. I give up. Okay, so we have to draw the weapon. Okay, so we don't need to raise hands. This kid is so scared it won't be necessary. So we read the guy the rights yet again. So we've seen the rights. So let's talk to the man. Sims is reluctant but cooperative. You learn he's been selling to kids at Jefferson High School, including Officer Cobb's daughter, Kathy. Search reveals nothing except his school identification card and the small bag containing a white powdery substance that you watched him get from the pusher. Okay, so I used to buy from a guy named Jose Martinez, but then Martinez introduced me to that guy, Colby, Sims says. I haven't seen Martinez since. So Martinez was one of the people that I believe was on the list for Jason Taselli. Aha, Colby. So we know the guy's name's Colby. Okay, we don't need more. Laura asks, what took so long, Hot Rod? I picked up this loose end trying to take foot bail on you. You mumble under your breath, yeah, sure, Laura, you probably just grabbed the first white male you could find. It's a little bit rough. Colby refuses to answer any questions. Sims just says the same thing. So that's fine. Laura comments, Lieutenant Morgan will be real happy with this bust. So we did well. Save the game. So we'll call this after deal. Alright. Let's drive for the millionth time. Okay, so again, this game, everything just builds on everything. So we now know the guy we've got in custody here is Colby. He's linked to Taselli, who's linked to someone else called JB, who we don't know yet and has not been introduced. JB, as I said, is the main man in this, and we don't get to meet him until right at the end of the game. Hopefully I'm not about to... Ooh, crash into a wall, yeah. I knew one of these streets was a dead end. That was a close one. Where are we? Oh, there we are. Okay. So let's take these two guys to the lockup. Cruise along here. Well, not really cruising. Belting along at a high rate of speed at the moment, but that's fine. Park the car. So let's just put the old weapon in the locker. Alright. Now I think as soon as I open the back door here, I'll just do the same thing we always do. Laura says, get the door, Sonny. I'll keep an eye on them. Okay. Push the buzzer, the jailer releases the electronic lock. Slam dunk Donnie yells through the fence. Hey baby, you boys play basketball? Alright. So, back at the booking desk. Sonny says, Laura, I'll wait here while you complete the booking. The jailer greets you with a friendly, well, all bonds is loose again. The jailer says there's certainly a fine looking group. So you got this time, Sonny. Drugs. Drugs it will be. Fill out the booking slip and give me his property. So we do that. You remove inventory and deliver the prisoner's personal property to the jailer along with a booking slip. Remove the cuffs and put them into the cell. Remove cuffs. I'm going to sue you for making them cuffs so tight, Flatfoot threatens your prisoner. Now this is one thing I didn't, I guess, agree with in this game. They put them both in the same cell. I think you boys know where to go, you tell them. I don't think in real life you'd ever do that, because A, they might collude, and B, they might be hostile. Up yours, Dick Tracy, you'll never make this stick. Hey, bonds yours, Laura, I'll wait for you in the car. Alright, so let's head on back out to the car. Open locker. That thing. Back into the old Cadillac. Whoops, I missed that. I think it said, looks like you're making a great addition to the team or something. Don't really need to use the radio so much anymore now that we're in the undercover car. Alright, let's avoid the traffic light. We'll go this way. Let's give it some fast action. And here we are, coming up on the precinct again. Let's see if we can do this at full speed. Yep, that was dangerous. Park. Laura says, Sonny, I'll go right up this arrest. I'll bet Jack is over at the Blue Room, says Laura. Why don't you go tell him we nailed the rat who's dealing dope at Jefferson High? Alright, let's do that. Again, we'll just give it a quick save. Driving to Blue Room. Alright, so Blue Room was 1 up and 1 over, I think. So once, the freeway's in the way, okay. So we can't easily do it that way, so let's go back the way we came. Lights are green at the moment, so that's great. I think if I go up this one of these side streets, it makes it quicker, but oh well. Pretty sure there's a traffic light right here. But it's green, so we're good. Alright. I think that'll allow me to park, just. Alright, open door. Get out, close door. Cruise into the old Blue Room. So yeah, as you can see, quite a guided game. It sort of tells you where to go at certain times, which is nice. You enter the Blue Room and see Jack seated at a table. He appears to be quite intoxicated. Let's have a chat to Jack. Trying to cheer Jack, you tell him about Victor Sims' arrest and how he was responsible for selling dope at the high school. Sonny, I really do appreciate you nailing that filthy scumbag Pusher, but I'm afraid it might be too late. My daughter Kathy is in intensive care ward over at Lytton General Hospital, he explains. She's in a coma from drugs OD. There's nothing I can do. Oh, Sonny, there's nothing anyone can do. So this is quite a sad story at this point. The bartender says, for your information, Sonny, I've got a cab on the way for Jack. So we're just going to hang around here until the cab turns up. I sure would love to stretch the neck of that sorry dope pushing scumsucker that hurt my little girl. So you can see how this is, again, it's not a big city, it's relatively small, and how all this plays together and impacts everybody. The cab driver shouts out, "Hey, who called for the taxi?" "That's it for me, Sonny. I'll see you later." The cabbie says, "Right, this way, buddy boy, and don't fall down." So yeah, he's definitely sort of 3 sheets to the wind, but what can you do? Woo, man, is this boy in bad shape? Alright, let's get up. Oh, it won't let me get up, so there must be something coming. Here we go. "I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, Sonny, but I have some bad news for you. Lieutenant Morgan sent me over here to advise you your boy Taselli has escaped from jail." So the one we got the no bail warrant for, not the one we just arrested, the one before that, he's escaped. Taselli jumped a guard, then made it to the exercise yard where he escaped by climbing over the fence. So this guy is really bad news. "There's a citywide dragnet out on him right now. Morgan wants to see you back in his office ASAP." Okay, still can't get up. "See you later, Sonny. I've business to take care of." Now get up. There we go. Alright, so now we've got to go back to Morgan's office. So this little bit of the game here frustrated me more than, I guess, the rest of it. It's not super frustrating, but we had to drive to the jail. We drove to the broom. We're sort of driving back to the station now. And if I remember correctly, we have to drive again immediately. So there's a lot of driving backwards and forwards at this sort of section of the game. Which is, yeah, again, it's a minor complaint. But if you don't get the green lights, it can be a little frustrating. So yeah, if I recall correctly, this is now where we're going to start to set up a sting. Because remember, we had that information about the high stakes gambling at Hotel Del Foria. And I think we're going to be setting up for that very shortly. And that's kind of where the end game starts, because you end up going undercover there and meeting JB, who we're going to be introduced to soon enough. So, Lieutenant Morgan wants a word, so he's in here. Let's see what this dude wants. "It's good to see you, Sonny. Come over to my desk. I know you've worked hard trying to keep that punk Hoffman in jail. What a shame that was all for naught. It's frustrating when a man does the best job he can do and some dummy screws it up. I wouldn't trust that tower guard to guard our water fountain." Brutal. "After reviewing the Hoffman file, I think we should take a close look at the black book that was impounded along with his Cadillac. Get it from Russ in the evidence lockup. Check it out and then get back to me. I have some other leads to investigate. When we next meet, I may have some new ideas." Alright, so now we're going to check out the book. We're not quite at the point with the gambling network, although maybe we are. I guess we'll find out. But let's do what he says. Now we've kind of already digested the information in this playthrough by reading it. So we're not going to go into too much detail here. So ask for black book. So yeah, we pretend to read it, but again, remember this has things about okay, leave book, setting up basically setting up the Hotel Del Foria gambling ring, as well as the initials like you know, when you Lonnie West and all that sort of thing, they're all in there. So now we know that. The only other thing we can do now is we can have a look for Colby on this computer, because remember we arrested him a little bit later. So let's use the old computer. Let's look up Colby. Convicted drug pusher. Try to sell you again. Hoffman. I had this feeling we've got to call Chicago PD about this. Maybe let's turn off Let's go back. Actually, what's this nose board say? Few outdated memos filled with superfluous crap hang on the bulletin board, so yeah, nothing there. Yeah, I did have this funny feeling that we got like a phone number off there or something. We definitely do in Police Quest 2, but let's just try using the phone this time. Let's look at our tray. It's always a good idea. Aha, a note from Laura. Bonds, we just received a fax from Chicago PD Detective Joe Tabor. He says our nan Jason Tiselli, alias Hoffman Pearson, is linked to a big-time drug dealer by the name of Jesse Baines. Now remember in the Black Book, JB was the ringleader. There's a good chance that's Jesse Baines. Tabor included a mugshot of Baines, a high-stakes gambler who recently dropped out of sight in the Chicago area. Again, it's all coming together. JB, Jesse Baines. High-stakes gambling, Hotel Del Foria. Recently dropped out of Chicago. Now, all of these other guys were from Chicago, so it looks like they're moving their operation into Lytton. And concludes the note, our lab has matched the fingerprints on the 45 automatic in the stolen Cadillac to Tiselli's prints. You study the mugshot of Baines and vow to remember it. You remember the anonymous letter about the big stakes gambling at the Hotel Del Foria and realise you're onto something hot. Okay. What was it was Tabor, wasn't it? Use phone. 411. Let's see if we can get onto this Tabor guy. Alright, 312-555-3382. Oh, okay. 312, I might need to write this one down because that was probably going to fall out of my brain before I need to use it. So, take a photo is probably even easier because I don't have a pen. Alright, so, use phone. So what's a phoner? Number to dial, 312. 555-3382. Alright. Let's see if anyone picks up. I think you don't need the area code like that. Let's try 312. Let's try that. Chicago PB Tape, how can I help you? This is the ask about Tiselli. Oh yes, we know you, man. Jason Tiselli, alias Hoffman, alias Pearson, is linked to a big-time card shark and drug runner Jesse Baines. Both have dropped out from site and area. I'll send you a mugshot of this guy Baines. Good luck. Okay, so I think we should have called that dude a little bit earlier. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. So we're on to something hot here. So let's save the game. So let's go, Matthew, at putting it together. The way it sort of said, I'll send you a mugshot of Baines, sort of leads me to believe we should have called him beforehand, because the inbox memo from Laura probably wouldn't have happened if we did. But that was a way of moving the game along, because we missed it. I just remember maybe I need to use Chicago directory and ask for police or something. Oh, he's not in there. What am I missing? He said, get back to me when you're onto something hot. Maybe... Did I have to ring that dude again and ask about Baines? Oh. Sonny, says Laura, just after you left, a hooker by the name of Sweet Cheeks Marie, who called you Precious, called from the jail and said she needs to see you as soon as possible. Okie dokie. But before you go to jail, Morgan wants to see you. Alright. I think this is us putting it all together now. Finally. he going to say, please come over to my desk? Yep. It's good to see you, Sonny. Come over to my desk. He, your little sweetheart, is in the can. Well, not really. Sonny, I think your friend Sweet Cheeks may be able to help us out. Seems our drug problem is emanating from the Hotel Delphoria. In lieu of her current state of affairs, I bet Sweet Cheeks would be willing to help you establish your cover at the hotel. Go over to the jail and see if she'll help you with your hotel operation. When you get back, I'll hold a briefing. I'll call the jail and arrange everything for you. Okay. Bit more driving, but we are getting there. So, let's save the game. Going to jail again. Alright. So, don't forget to do our little walk around of our car. Otherwise, we'll 100% get a flat tire, which for some reason is fatal in this game. Oops. There we go. Open the door, get in, close the door, drive. Alright, let's hit the streets. So I think this is the second to last time we actually have to drive somewhere. Because we need to go to the jail. Then we need to set up this sting operation in the Delphoria. Right, let's see. Open door, get out, close door. You guys all know the deal by this point. Open door. Put gun in locker. Close door. Press button. Okay. Well, it's about time, Bonds, exclaims the jailer. That gal in cell has one. The gal in cell 1 has been whining like a lonely puppy for you. Do your best to calm that girl down, will you, Sonny? I don't get paid enough to listen to that crap. As you approach cell 1, Sweet Cheeks spots you and says, "Oh, precious, I'm so happy to see you. Please come here and talk to me. I need your help, Sonny." "I'm sorry, Sonny, but I got picked up by Operation Trick Trap. I know you warned me, but I thought the operation was over." How dumb can you be? "I'll do anything to get out." "Oh, Sonny, if only I had someone like you to call my own." Ooh, must be random. "Wow, sweet lips," you exclaim. "Was that hot or what?" "I'm sorry, precious. I just couldn't resist you. Oh, please get me out of this place." Let's see, we've got to talk about operation, I think. Ask to help. Oh, how do we need to phrase this? Help with sting. Help with undercover. Give offer. Ask to help. Help me. Delphoria. Okay, that was weird. Okay. So I think help with Delphoria or something there worked. You explain the arrangement of Sweet Cheeks' immediate release to her. As soon as you're released, I want you to go to the police station for a meeting with Lieutenant Morgan. Okay, cool. Hey, Sonny, the jailer says in a loud voice, you been messing with my female prisoners or did you just start wearing lipstick today? Lieutenant Morgan just called. He's sending a car over Sweet Cheeks. Okay. So, basically, we need to go back to the old 5-0. And prepare for this hotel operation. Alright, drive. Alright, so we're going to flat out yet again. Run all the lights, but not really because we don't have a siren. Your radio crackles, 83 Nora 10. Respond to Cotton Cove. Officers on scene need ID of 187. Ah, okay. So 187 is a murder victim. Cotton Cove's over here. So, that's a red light, so let's just avoid it. Let's just head down here a bit. Fly past that guy. Okay, so here we are at Cotton Cove. You can see there's a couple of patrol cars there. Alright, so we used our radio correctly. So, who do you think this is? Good to see you, Sonnies, he says. We've got a ripe one here with no ID. Is this the dude you arrested? Since you're the guy that booked him, we hope you can identify him. Alright. So remove the sheet. You lift the white blanket and examine the swollen body. It resembles Jason Taselli, however you can't be sure. Look, tattoo. The soggy shirt peels slowly from his chest. Above the left nipple you spot the flower tattoo which confirms your identification. Use the radio. Dispatch, this is 83 Nora 10. Report positive ID on body of one Jason Taselli, 10-8 Cotton Cove. Alright. So the coroner is en route. Now, basically, Taselli's now dead. So he escaped and then someone else has gotten to him. So you can probably take two guesses. Oh, thanks for your help. That's cool. You can probably take two guesses who that would have been. It's going to be the ringleader, Jesse Baines. So at this point, don't think we need to do any more here. I believe the coroner isn't that... Yeah, no, I don't think you need to wait for the coroner. Because they just wanted the ID. They didn't really want anything else. Alright, let's go back to the 5-0. And see what's going there. So at this point, I think we're ready to start the sting operation. And looking at the time, we're going to have to break this up into yet another part. So this is going to be my first 5-parter game playthrough series, which is, that's a lot of parts. Alright, so we might as well end it here while we're parking. It's about 40 minutes in. Thank you again so much for watching. If you've stuck with it to this part 4, thank you so much. Again, I really appreciate the support. If you've enjoyed it up to this point, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you guys a thing and it really does help out the channel. If you have any comments about the way this is done, memories about you playing the game, or just anything at all, please put them down there in the comments and I do try to read them all as much as I can. Thanks again for watching. Next part will definitely be the last part where we basically go in, infiltrate the Hotel Delphoria, and then we get to the end scene of the game. Thanks again and catch you on the next one.